Hello and welcome to Chuck's Diecast Car and Model Reviews. Today we are taking a look at this particular model, and this is actually a really nice model. This is the Ferrari 512M. This particular model is made by Hot Wheels and is in 1/18 scale. I don't know much about this particular 512M. I know that, as you can see here, it was raced by Escuderia Montjuic, which was a Spanish racing team, and the one thing that I could find that was its claim to fame is that it won the 1,000 kilometers of Buenos Aires. Of course, this car was built back in the early 70s, and it was the rival to the Porsche 917. It was called the 512M because it had a 5-liter 12-cylinder engine, and I'm sure it was plenty quick, and unfortunately it did not win Le Mans because it was racing against, well, the Porsche 917. You can see that it actually has a pretty striking resemblance in a way to the 917 as well, but that didn't help it out, unfortunately. But it is a really cool looking car. I've seen a couple of these. I've seen 512Ms, and I've also seen its successor, the 512S, which looks a little bit different. It has a larger intake here on the top of the engine, things like that. It doesn't have the extra headlights in the front as well, which I think is kind of a neat feature of this particular car. This car that I bought here, and I've had it for a good long time, was a little bit worse for wear before I pulled it out to show in this video. This little rear view mirror had come loose, and I glued it back on rather sloppily so it doesn't look as good as it could, and then somehow, some way, it lost this window here on the left hand side, so I had to fabricate a new one. I think it looks pretty good, but unfortunately it's not original. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this model here, okay? Now the 512 does have this really nice detail on it here. You can see, the wheels look really good. The badging looks really good. You can see the number roundel here, and it has representations of the marker lights for night races, so you can see the numbers, so that's nice. You can see that it has 2 fuel filler caps there at the front there, and detail on the windscreen and the wipers isn't bad. The unfortunate thing about this model is it does not have exposed headlights. They are covered with, what appears to be a representation of aluminum covers, which would be something that you would do in a shorter race like the 1,000 kilometers of Buenos Aires, so you don't have to worry about debris damaging the plexiglass or damaging the headlights, so they just covered them with metal. But it still does have, as I said, the 2 little headlights in the middle there. So it has, again, nice detail up here. Also, the front end does come off, and you can see really good detailing here as well. You can see, a fire extinguisher. You can see, wiring and so on and so forth here. I assume that is tubing for, a oil cooler or something there. You can see the brake reservoirs and the lines coming out there as well. So really, really well done under here. And taking a look at the rear here, you'll see again really, really nice detailing. You can see the frame, actually how it attaches to the rear of the transmission. Taillights look good. The quad exhaust looks really good there. And all that looks really nice. They even have a little latch there for releasing the rear engine cover. So that all looks excellent. And underneath the hood, we do have a very nicely detailed engine. Let me go ahead and pull this cover off, and you will see that 5-liter 12-cylinder. There you go, the transmission. You can see the plug wires, the distributor, the valve covers. You can see the spaghetti of exhaust right there, the velocity stacks, all that sort of stuff in there. It's really, really well done. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior here, because again, this is really well done. Now you can see the doors flip up, which is pretty cool. And it's right-hand drive. And you can see the shifter is way, way underneath here. I'm sure that couldn't have been the easiest thing to reach for when you're driving, but also to get in the car with the shifter in the way is a little bit awkward, but that's the way they did it back in the day. You can see the detailing on the seats is really good. It has fabric seat belts. It has, photo etch metal buckles, all that sort of stuff. It looks really good. And it's kind of hard to see because of the angle, but you can see the steering wheel, the gauges in the dash, all that sort of stuff. Again, really, really nicely made. So this is a model that I'm pretty happy with. I've had this model for quite some time, and it's something I really, really like. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if so, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Have yourself a great day.